All right, in this video, we're going to continue to make our Adventures of Mario a little bit more complex in another bonus tutorial. This one's going to focus on creating additional levels. So right now we have one level where Mario can have 15 seconds to obtain 4 coins and avoid 2 Goombas. I'm going to make a second level, assuming that you get past the first one, where there is more coins, less time, no power-ups, and more Goombas. So, a couple things you have to do. Essentially, another level is just another function, another stage. No big deal, but a lot of things can't be shared in between your levels. Okay, so we have to kind of recreate our all of our different positions, etc., etc., etc. So let's go ahead and start by just making our new level function. Okay, so I'm going to take, where's our game? I'm going to change this to being called level 1. All right, and I'm going to actually have to change where I've placed the game function. So I'm going to scroll up to our function draw where we've said function game. I'm going to change that to be level 1. And then I think I have a close game comment way down here, level 1. And anywhere else, game is now level 1. So if I press play, everything still works the same. Haven't broken anything, which is good. Now, below our level 1, our closed level 1, our close windscreen, all of this, let's go ahead and just add a new function called level 2. All right, and we're going to say function level 2, parenthesis, parenthesis, open bracket, close, level 2. All right, for now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to place our background image. So I'm just going to copy this landscape image here. So we know that we have our landscape image. I'm going to drop in a text box that just says this is level 2 width divided by 2, comma, height divided by 2. So that way we know that our level 2 is working. All right. Let's go up to our function draw. Okay, function draw, where we have our stages. We've already have stage 0 is splash screen, stage 1 is level 2, stage 2 is windscreen, stage 3 is lose screen. Let's go ahead and make if stage equals 4. That's going to be level 2. So all we need to do to enter level 2 is trigger stage to be 4. Now, what would actually make you enter level 2? Well, really, it's the win screen. So instead of winning level 1, where if you get all 4 points, you get the win screen, now if you get all 4 points, you go to level 2, and if you win level 2, you get the win screen. So let's scroll down to where we activate our win screen in our game or in our level 1. So here we go, code to win or lose, if score, win sound, etc., etc. Stage now equals 4. And this is going to say trigger level 2. All right, let's press play. Let's see if we can get to level 2. So if I grab all my points, grab power up while I'm over here. There we go. This is now level 2. Great. So we have a plain screen ready to go. And what we want to do is you just want to essentially create a new level. Now, again, I can't really share things. We can share Mario, so we can replace our player. We're going to have to make a new timer, okay, new lives. All of that's going to have to kind of be new for level 2 here. So in our level 2, let's ditch that text box. Okay, I'm going to start by just copying and pasting some things from level 1. All right, so let's grab our Mario player. All right, so let's see, where do we draw player? Draw player, finding Mario here. Draw player. Just going to borrow this code. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to borrow the score, a timer, all this stuff. Let's just borrow all of these things here real quick. Copying them and paste. All right, now we got to do a couple things here. First off, draw player. Actually, don't need any of this fill or stroke things. All we need is the image of Mario. Scoreboard. We're going to have to make a new variable called score2 or something like that, but we'll leave that for now. Same thing for lives, same thing for timer, time remaining, etc. All of that we're going to have to add. But let's just see if that works here. So actually, you know what? Instead of trying to get to our game, let's just automatically set the level to be stage 4. So if we go up here to our global, find where var stage equals 0, just make it go to stage 4. So now when you hit play, you're just going to immediately jump to level 2. Oops, but if you click on your screen, you'll start the game, so we'll get into that in a moment. So there we go. So we have our Mario that can move back and forth in level 2. We have 0 points, 2 lives, 15 seconds. But all that's pulling actually from level 1. Okay, so what we're going to have to do, boxes, platforms, I'm going to put in parentheses here, for level 1, coins for level 1, Goomba for level 1, power up, I'm not going to do one in level 2, so that's fine, counters for level 1, and then gravity is going to be shared between both, and multimedia is shared between both. All right, so let's start by actually doing our score and our timers here. So let's go to our counter and everything. Score, lives, total time, all this is going to stay the same. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add counters for level 2. Okay, we're just going to call it score 2, lives 2, and we're going to need a variable called game time 2. This is amount of time in level 2. And if I wanted to, I could say that there's a different time limit for level 2, but we'll get into that later. Okay, so game time 2, etc., etc., etc. Let's scroll down to our level 2. And let's change our variable. So here's our level 2 code. I'm just going to actually make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to find. Lots of scrolling back and forth. And let's just change score to now be score 2, lives to be lives 2, and game time, let's see. So this is now going to be game time 2. All right, and then we have to look at what we have going on here. So for the first level, we actually had to stop the splash time from counting. Well, now we're going to stop game time from counting. Game time, of course, is referring to the time for level 1. Game time is right here. Game time equals int blah, blah, blah is now going to be game time 2. And on level 1, all we had to do was subtract splash time from the total time. Well, now we have to subtract splash time and the time spent on level 1, which is called game time, from the total time. The only issue that we ran into here is we're also simultaneously converting total time and splash time to seconds. We already converted game time to seconds in level 1. So we actually are going to convert it back to milliseconds, or else we're going to have a mathematical issue here. So it's total time minus splash time minus parenthesis game time times 1000 parenthesis. So that is subtracting the time that we spent on level 1 called game time in milliseconds from our total time here. So let's give this a shot. All right, so let's just go to our level 2. Let's get our power up. And as you can see, we have 15 seconds. All right, I'm going to make, and we're back to having 0 points. So let's see. We are now going to, let's make our lives only 1 life, just to make this even harder. So lives 2 is going to be 1. Oops, I never fixed my comment. So this is for level 2. All right, that's good. So that was actually the hard part. So now we have live set up, and I'm going to go ahead and change our stage back to being for stage 4. So that way, if we press play, we're just automatically in level 2 here. Okay, and notice that the timer is not going to work when we do this because level 1, in theory, never happened. Okay, so that's going to be broken until we fix this. But we can see our points are correct. We can let Mario move back and forth, etc., etc., etc. All right, so now we just have to go ahead and place some more platforms, some more coins, some more Goombas for level 2. And here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a lot of copying and pasting. All right, and we're just going to start one at a time. So I'm going to say right here, boxes for level 2. All right, and I'm just going to grab B3. We'll start by B1, okay? So we'll just go, and you can't use the same name, so I'm going to start this at B4. Okay, B4. I'm going to leave it the same position as B1 just for now. Same thing for coins. Let's grab our first coin. Coins for level 2. I'm just going to grab C4, and we're going to change that to C5 and C5. And we're going to leave them in the same spot for now. I'm not going to bother copying and pasting C width, C height. We'll just use that across both levels. And same thing for Goombas. Goombas for level 2. So let's grab Goomba 2. And because I want the Goombas to move, I'm also going to grab G2 position. G speed is going to stay the same, but G direction and G distance. I'm going to copy those, but we're going to make this G3, G3, 3, and 3. All right. So there's some variables and such that we're going to be using for level 2. Okay, so we have everything for level 1, everything for level 2. Let's scroll down and let's borrow some code from our first level. So let's grab our platform code here. So I'm just going to grab this chunk of code right here. That includes image, platform, B3, B3, as well as an if statement for B1. So we're just going to grab that real quick, copy it, and paste it in our level 2. So here's our timer. All right, and I'm just going to make our comments here. So we're just going to say drawing and colliding with platforms. This is all for now. Box 4 was our first box for level 2. So we're going to say box 4. We're going to call this B4X, B4Y, and then in my if statement, B4X, B4X. Oops, not P. Sorry, don't change player. That stays the same. B4X. Let's see. B4X, B4X, B4Y, B4Y, and B4Y. Okay, let's press play real quick. There we go. We have a platform, and we should be able to jump on it. Great. Looks good. I just realized that we want to move our draw player to the end or underneath our boxes. Only that way, so that way Mario's in front of the platforms instead of behind. So I'm just going to take my draw player and drop it right there. All right. Let's go do the same for the coin and the same for the Goomba. So I'm just going to borrow Goomba 2. So this is the moving Goomba. I guess I'll grab all of this. So Goomba 2 and moving Goomba for Goomba 2. I'll just grab all this here. We'll have to delete a handful of code. So let's scroll down. Let's see. So where is our draw player? Right here. We'll place our Goombas. So we'll just change this to being drawing and colliding with Goombas. All right, so this is now going to be Goomba 3. So G2 becomes G3, 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 G3. All my G2s have to be G3s because that's our first Goomba for the second level. Let's see. That all stays the same. This one goes to G3. I think we got it, except we also need our moving Goombas. So I'm just going to get rid of this. So this is still for Goomba 2. Move Goomba 2. So this is going to be G3, 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 G3. All of this for just one Goomba on our second level here. So here we go, G3, 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 and G3. Let's press play. Excellent. We have our moving Goomba. I'm going to move that guy so he's moving down here on the ground with Mario. So let's just go up to our variables for Goomba 3. So let's make his X position. That can stay the same. That doesn't matter. Y position, let's make that something like 400, I believe. And let's also make his distance much larger, 100. So let's press play. There we go. Zach Goomba's moving lovely. And if I hit him, I lose a life. Ooh, we didn't lose a life. Look at that. We got to change our if statement to minus from lives 2. So that Goomba is still designed to lose a life from level 1. So we need to change that if statement to lose a life from level 2. So where is that? Lives, lives, 2 equals lives 2 minus 1. All right, there we go. And then lastly, let's do the same for the coin. So let's go find our coin code from level 1. Here we go. Here's coin 4. Just going to borrow this whole chunk of code for coin 4 and scroll down to level 2. And underneath my Goombas, just going to put comment here, drawing and colliding with coins. This is now going to be coin 5. So all my C4s, C5, C5. Here we go. Another C5. Let's not make the same mistake about score. This is going to be score 2. All right, let's press play. Oops, I didn't mean to click the screen. If you click the screen, you're still going to go to level 1. So we're going to have to disable that. So here we go. So we have our Goomba, lost a life, and we have a coin, gained a point. Perfect. Let's disable the click. So let's go up to our draw real quick. That's easy. So this is starting level 1 is to click on the screen, right? The issue with that is it'll let you leave level 2 as well. So that's right here, line 155. If mouse is pressed equals true, stage equals 1. We'll say if mouse is pressed equals true, and stage does not equal, so that is equals exclamation point or exclamation point equals, does not equal 4. So therefore, mouse is pressed equals true, and stage is not 4. Let's give that a shot. Clicking on the screen, totally not working. That's good. And if we go back to stage equals 0, let's just test all this out here. Click on the screen, game starts no problem. Let's get some points. Get ourselves to level 2. There we go. Now, we have to disable our power up for level 2. So let's scroll down. Scroll down to level 2. Here we go. So Goomba, no longer concerned with the power up. So I'm actually going to delete this if up equals false. Delete this close, no power up. I'm going to delete this whole chunk right here. If up equals true, blah, 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 blah. So that way my close hit Goomba is actually way less now. So that's hitting the Goomba, lives 2, all this, close hit Goomba. Okay? And then the other thing we have to do is we actually have to set Mario's size to be what he was at the starting position. So I believe P1 width was 50. P height, I believe, was 100. Let's just scroll up to global and double check. So let's see. Yes, 50 and 100. So now let's try this again. Click to start. Let's get our power up. All right, and Mario's back to being a normal size, and the Goomba should, yes, remove a life. All right, next step is let's add our game over and our win screens for level 2. So let's go down to find where we added those in level 1. Should be all the way at the bottom here of level 1. Here we go. So trigger win or lose screens. Let's copy this guy. Let's go to level 2. Let's drop this all the way at the end of close level 2. Put this right here. Trigger win or lose screens. All right, so if score 2, I'm going to put 6 coins. So if score 2 is greater than or equal to 6, then stage equals no longer equals level 2. So we're going to go to our win screen, which I believe is stage equals 2. So this is going to be trigger win screen, which is stage equals 2. If you've gotten 6 points, that's how many coins are going to be on level 2. 6 coins on level 2. If lives 2 is less than or equals 0, stage equals 3. If game time 2 is greater than or equal to time limit, stage equals 3. So all of that should now work. We should be able to lose in level 2. Let's go ahead and figure that out. So here we go. All right. So I can't win because I only have 1 coin, but I can lose. Fabulous. All right. The next step is to really just keep drawing platforms and coins and Goombas and all of that. So I'm going to go back to making my stage equals 4. So if I press play, I'm just looking at my second level here. Obviously the timer is disabled. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop in some more platforms and some more coins, just with lots of copying and pasting. I no longer need to copy and paste from level 1. So now that I've already put in 1 platform, 1 coin, and 1 Goomba in level 2, when I want to create more platforms, I'm going to copy right here from box 4. I'm going to copy here for Goomba 3. And I'm going to copy here for coin 5. So I'm no longer going to be pulling from level 1, which means I don't have to worry about changing lives to lives 2. All I have to worry about is my Goomba numbers, my coin numbers, and my box numbers. So all my 3s will become 4s for the Goomba, my 4s will become 5s for the platform, and my 5s will become 6s for the coins. All right, so after lots of copying and pasting, here's what I got. I added more boxes, so I added 4 more boxes, boxes 4 through 7 for level 2. I've added 6 coins total for level 2, so coins 5 through 10. And I've added 4 more Goombas, so Goombas 3 through 6. Lots of copying and pasting in my global section here. And if I scroll down to level 2, we can see the same. So if we scroll down, let's go find level 2. Here we go. Again, I've copied and pasted all of this code for box 4 that we did together for boxes 5, 6, 7. Same thing, everything we've done for coin 5, copied for coins 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. And then everything we've done for Goomba 3, copied for Goomba 4, Goomba 5, and Goomba 6. In global, I also played with the positions, so obviously they're all not in the same spot. So I'll just go back up so you can see my positions, and feel free to pause the screen. So here's the positions for boxes for level 2. And here's the positions for coins for level 2. And here's the positions and values for Goombas in level 2. If I press play, we're still starting in level 2. We can see that we have many coins and many Goombas. So right now, oops, I was about to say I can't lose, but I can. What I was going to say is, realistically, I think 1 life and only 15 seconds is a little unrealistic. So I'm actually going to make a new time limit just for level 2, and I'm going to change the lives for level 2 as well, because I don't plan on putting a power-up in level 2. So if I go to my counters for level 2, lives is pretty easy. Let's just give ourselves 3 lives for level 2. I'm going to take this time limit command, and we're just going to make it time limit 2, and let's give ourselves 30 seconds. It's time to succeed in level 2. All right. Now the last thing we have to do, and while we're up here in global, let's change our stage to start at 0 again, so that way you start at level 1, or I'm sorry, at the splash screen. Let's scroll all the way down to level 2 to our timer for level 2. And we just have to change which time limit we're using. So in our, oops, I think I passed it. In our timer code in level 2, right here, we have time limit minus game time 2. We're just going to make it time limit 2. So therefore, we're now going to have 30 seconds using our time limit for the second level rather than the first level. Let's give this a shot. So we're going to have to beat level 1. So if I grab my coins, ooh. Here we go. Ooh, one thing that's interesting is it appears that Mario started floating in midair here. Let's try that again. Why did Mario start floating in midair? I think it's because he hit the platform. So let's see. So if we look, what's happening is Mario's starting in whatever position he ended in for level 1. Everything else is working, points is working, lives is working, all that. But Mario actually didn't start down here. So what we need to do is right when we switch to our second level, we have to set Mario's starting position to be in the right spot. So let's find our starting position for Mario, which I believe, let's go up to global. Let's see what that is. I'm just going to copy this here. This is our starting position for player. And let's go to where we trigger level 2 to start. That's going to be in level 1 right here. If score is greater than 4, stage equals 4. What we're going to do first is we're going to put Mario back at the starting position that he should be. So that's going to be P1X equals 400, P1Y equals 375. So this is set Mario to start position for level 2. So that way you don't get an advantage of being in the air. Let's give that a shot. So let's try to beat level 1. All right, now I jumped, but I believe that worked. Let's try that one more time without jumping here. The other thing that we have to get into fixing is so we can't jump through the bottom of the platforms, because that makes cheating much easier. So that looks like Mario's starting in the middle of the screen, where we want him to be. Avoiding my Goombas here. Oops. So being able to jump through the platforms, I ran out of time, is making it a lot easier. So in another bonus video, it's called Platform Collisions. I get into how to make you not jump through the platforms to make something like this much more challenging.